Hello everyone. Welcome to the Blockchain News Club. Let's take a brief intro into today's crypto updates before going into the details. U.S. Congressman Tom Emmer has introduced the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act to halt efforts of unelected bureaucrats from stripping Americans of their right to financial privacy. RippleX developers proposed a cross-chain bridge with protection against hacks, in the latest development. As per Deaton, Ripple forced the U.S. SEC to accept in its opposition brief that discased XRP is a computer code. Flare networks will demonstrate the Layer 1 Ethereum Virtual Machine-based blockchain's interoperable capabilities by purchasing NFTs on Flare using Dogecoin and XRP. Attorney John Deaton shared a key condition that may aid a swift settlement between both parties, should the option arise. Before we dive deep into today's updates, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please hit the subscribe button. It will help us a lot. U.S. Lawmaker launches CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act to protect Americans' right to financial privacy. Representative Tom Emmer of the U.S. House of Representatives said on Tuesday that he has introduced the Central Bank Digital Currency Anti-Surveillance State Act. The recently elected House Majority Whip tweeted, "Today, I introduced the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act to halt efforts of unelected bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. from stripping Americans of their right to financial privacy." Emmer said in a follow-up tweet that the bill changes the Federal Reserve Act in 3 ways. First, the bill makes it illegal for the Fed to give a CBDC directly to anyone, a lawmaker wrote. Second, it says that the Fed can't use a CBDC to control monetary policy or the economy. Third, it says that the Fed's CBDC projects must be open to Congress and the American people. Reps. French Hill, Warren Davidson, Andy Biggs, Mike Flood, Byron Donalds, Pete Sessions, Barry Loudermilk, Young Kim, and Ralph Norman all agree with the bill. Proud to work with a GOP Majority Whip on legislation to stop the Fed from making a digital currency that can only be used at the Fed. Rep. Loudermilk tweeted in support of the bill on Wednesday that the Fed should focus on its main goals, which are to keep prices stable and make sure there are as many jobs as possible. Noting that America stays at the top of technology not because we force innovations to adopt our values through regulations, but because we let technology that is based on these values grow. Congressman Emmer stressed, "Any digital version of the dollar must uphold our American values of privacy, individual sovereignty, and free market competitiveness. Anything less opens the door to the development of a dangerous surveillance tool." Last year, Emmer and U.S. Senator Ted Cruz each brought a similar bill to the House and Senate. Cruz's bill also aims to stop the Federal Reserve from giving a CBDC directly to an individual, which would put it in competition with the private sector. The senator from Texas said that a CBDC could be used as a direct tool for spying on Americans' private transactions. Will RippleX's cross-chain bridge act as a catalyst for native token XRP price? In a recent tweet, the people who work on RippleX suggested a cross-chain bridge that can't be hacked. With the proposed standard, assets on the cross-chain bridge would be safe. Since there was no short-term reason for the price of XRP to go up, it kept going down. With the XRP ledger standard, RippleX developers recently came up with the idea of a secure cross-chain bridge. Developers are working hard to solve the problem of cross-chain bridge hacks because attacks in the DeFi and crypto ecosystem are getting worse. For the proposed cross-chain bridge, the team of technical experts put up XLS38D on GitHub. Ripple's team of experts has come up with a way to make more use cases possible and make it easier for different blockchain networks to work together. According to the GitHub proposal, the XRPL standard gives developers the rules and requirements they need to build this cross-chain bridge solution for users. Market participants would be able to lock tokens in an account on the XRP ledger while an equal number of tokens are issued on another blockchain. In the past month, XRP, the native token of the ledger, has lost nearly 10% of its value. The altcoin has been going down in price since January 24, 2023. With the security of the XRP ledger, the latest development update could help solve the problem of moving smart contracts and NFTs from one blockchain to another. U.S. SEC's narrative of calling token a security winning? The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has been getting a lot of pushback from leaders in the digital asset industry over how tokens are being categorized. But at the most recent LBRY court hearing, the Commission admitted that the token itself is not a security. Attorney John Deaton, who is a friend of the court in the XRP lawsuit, said that the U.S. SEC's plan to call tokens security needs to be stopped. He said that the token is just a bunch of computer code. He said that a token is the same as any other good or asset that can be packaged, sold, and marketed as a security. He also said that the term security, which is short for investment contract, has nothing to do with the asset itself. In the meantime, it is about how the offer and sale of the underlying asset are set up. Deaton brought up the Telegram case, in which Judge Costell made it clear that the Gram token was not the security. It was said that the token was a string of letters and numbers. But in his famous speech about Ethereum, Hinman also said that the digital asset itself is just a piece of code. CoinGape said earlier that support is growing for the unseal Hinman speech documents and email motion. Empower Oversight, a government watchdog, has recently backed the motions in the XRP lawsuit. According to the lawyer for XRP, they got the US SEC to agree in its opposition brief that XRP is just a computer code. He further added that no appellate court has ever held the underlying asset subject to an investment contract transaction is itself an investment contract. But there is no finding from a federal lawsuit that says the later transfer of that asset turned out to be a securities transaction. Flare networks to showcase interoperability with NFT purchase using Doge and XRP. It's important to note that this wouldn't be the first time the Flare Networks team showed this. They did it recently at a GMO internet-hosted event in Tokyo using XRP, as a previous report pointed out. But it's likely the first time they've done it for the public. Yesterday, Philion posted a teaser with a picture of what looks like a person wearing a t-shirt with the Flare logo and holding an XRP-branded can of soda. Remember that the network's slogan is Connect Everything, and that developers made it so that blockchains without smart contracts, like the XRP ledger, can use smart contracts. As a result, interoperability is at the heart of how it works. So, it is made with two interoperability protocols, the State Connector and the Flare Time Series Oracle, so that it can work with other systems. The official Flare website says that the State Connector makes it possible to get data from other blockchains and the internet in a safe and decentralized way. On the other hand, the FTSO gets off-chain data recorded at regular intervals, like the prices of cryptocurrencies, and sends it to Flare applications. Flare came out early this year after a screenshot from December 2020 showed that XRP holders would get a token distribution event. Ripple and Digital Currency Group have given money to the project over the years. Even though the way it handled its airdrop to XRP holders has been criticized, people who own the native token Flare are still optimistic about its future because interoperability has been called one of the biggest trends in crypto this year. Crypto advocate John Deaton shares one condition for settlement. As the legal fight between blockchain payments company Ripple Labs Incorporated and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission winds down, questions about a settlement between the two are now at the center of the conversation. In a recent tweet, well-known crypto advocate and lawyer John Deaton shared a key condition that could help both sides reach a quick agreement, should that be an option. Deaton said on Twitter, his favorite social media site, that he is sure the company's lawyer will suggest a settlement if the SEC agrees in writing that XRP sales now and in the future are not securities. In his words, if the SEC agreed in writing ongoing and future sales of XRP by Ripple are not sales of securities and also agreed that secondary market sales of XRP by any person or entity will not be sales of securities, I'm confident 10/10 lawyers advise settlement. This was the lawyer's answer to a question from a Twitter user who wanted to know if Ripple would agree to a settlement if the Hinman email had to be kept secret. Reaching a settlement could be a win-win situation for both the SEC and Ripple, but it could be more expensive for the regulator. The Gary Gensler-led commission's main argument is that the sale of XRP was an unregistered security. Saying in writing that this is not true could hurt the credibility of the regulator and the wider financial ecosystem. The SEC is looking at a number of possible lawsuits, such as the ones involving Kraken and Paxos Trust. Ripple's case will set an important example for future enforcement actions, and the regulator will have to think twice before coming to a settlement. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel for regular updates in the blockchain community.